Hi there and welcome to Influence, a show all about the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. I'm your host, Jessica Graves. I'm excited today to have a couple of guests from what I call as our behind the scenes crew in the College of Ag and Life Sciences. Welcome, Miss Amanda Bell. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about how you came to join the Mississippi State family?
Okay. This is actually my 19th year to work for Mississippi State. I had worked in the corporate world and decided it was needed something new. Yeah. So I've been doing this position since then.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about what your role is.
Okay, I'm the advancement and the scholarship coordinator for the college. So not only do I help development officers to write the gift agreements, but I help award scholarships for the college and then work with the departments in helping them to oversee their scholarships as well.
Awesome. And the students would probably say that you are a very important person on our campus to make sure that those scholarship funds that they're receiving actually gets to their student accounts. Yes, that's one of your things?
Yes, I make sure that when awarding it is the right amount and it hits both the fall or the spring semester depending on the student.
Perfect. So let's talk a little bit about what the process is for scholarships in the College of Ag. Can you walk our audience through what that looks like?
Okay. Yes, all students that are either new students or current students, they fill out the just the general university scholarship application, and then automatically the College of Agriculture application comes up and they fill it out, and that's pretty much it. And then once they fill that out, they're eligible for any scholarship that they meet the requirement for. So you don't have to go do each scholarship. So it's actually an easy process, and the scholarship application opens every October 1st and it closes on March 1st. So that gives them several months to go in there, fill it out, and update it as needed.
Yeah, that's perfect. And so that's really relevant information both for maybe prospective students that are watching this or parents perhaps, but also our current students so that they know to fill out that application every year.
Yes.
Another tidbit related to the FAFSA. So we get a lot of questions oftentimes about, do I have to fill out the FAFSA? What's your response to that?
The answer is yes. I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of parents don't like to, but 98% of the college scholarships are based on need. And without a FAFSA score, you can't even be in that pool. So you can have a $1 need or a $40,000 need, and then that throws you in the pool. Yeah. So definitely fill out the FAFSA. It's worth the headache. It's worth it because, like I said, there's only a handful of scholarships if you don't have need.
Yeah, perfect. So let's talk a little bit about maybe some scholarship do's and don'ts. What are some recommendations that you have for students as they're walking through that scholarship application process?
Never leave any question blank.
Good.
And put as much information that you can. You know, if you need to say where you've worked, what clubs you've been at. Don't ever sell yourself short. Put as much information on there because each department and the college has scholarship committees that rank the students, and it's all based on what you fill out. Yeah. And all your generic information, academic information is already in there, so you don't have to worry about putting that in there. But I have some students that'll leave it blank, and if you don't fill it out, we have no idea how to compare you to someone else that actually filled it out.
Yeah, that's really good information. That's also something we would tell our students as they're taking exams too, is never leave anything blank.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
All right, well, one last question. I always like to ask my guests, where's your favorite place on campus and why?
Okay, my favorite place. I would have to say, I like Lloyd Ricks. So I started off in Lloyd Ricks, and that was before it was renovated. So we'll say the renovated Lloyd Ricks. But I think it's just the center of campus. It's kind of like the ag, hub kind of. Everyone knows where it is, and I think I just have a connection to it because that's where I started.
All right. Well, thanks for spending a little bit of time with us today. That's going to do it, and our next guest is going to be Miss Lacey Gordon. Stay tuned.
Think you know ag? Think again.
We are creative.
We protect the environment.
We prepare for careers in medicine and conduct research.
We empower people and communities.
We are technology driven.
And we feed and clothe the world. We are the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Mississippi State University.
Hi there and welcome back to Influence. Our next guest, as I mentioned previously, is Miss Lacey Gordon. Welcome, Lacey, to the show.
You.
Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about who you are and how you came to join the Bulldog family?
So I'm Lacey Gordon. I work for the MSG Foundation as the Assistant Director of Development for our agriculture units, and that includes Extension, MAPUS, and the College of Ag and Life Sciences. I was a student here at Mississippi State. This was the only college I applied to. All I ever wanted to do was be a Bulldog, and then joined the Mississippi State family about 1.5 years ago in this role, and just excited to be here and really enjoying it.
Awesome. So for our viewers that may not really kind of know what exactly you do, why don't you kind of give a broad overview of what your role is as Assistant Director of Development?
Yes, so as Assistant Director of Development, we do a whole lot of things. We get to take the unique approach of not being in the office every day, possibly. We're out on the road getting to meet with alumni and friends of the university, and essentially doing development work, as in fundraising for the university. We handle anything from scholarships, initiatives, fundraising for groups, and anything like that. Working with endowed scholarships, estate gifts, just the different things like that. And my favorite thing about this role is that we get to hear the why people love MSU. You know, it's really neat because we get to sit down and have those intimate conversations and hear why they love MSU and why they might want to give back in that role.
That's awesome. You referenced just a second ago a couple of different types of gifting opportunities. Could you tell our audience a little bit more about what those opportunities entail? Because sometimes I think we often think about scholarships, but it's so much more complex than that. And so talk about what those different gifting opportunities look like.
Of course, yes. So that's when majority of people think of our job. They think of scholarships and things like that, which is so great and such a great way to invest back. But we actually have so many other ways to give. You know, you can give to scholarships, clubs, groups, organizations, or anything like that. But realistically, there's so many other ways to give. You know, everybody says Mississippi is land rich and cash poor. So we have a real estate program. We do gifts of land. We do gifts of stock. We do estate gifts, wills, things like that. So it's really neat because we get to different ways to see the different ways that people might want to invest back in MSU instead of just giving us money. You know, they might want to leave some land to us or donate different things, gifts in kinds and things like that. So there's so many different ways to give that people might not even recognize, or people who might not be able to give financially could donate some family land or donate other things, and the gift of that can go to whatever they want to, you know, whatever they want to impact here, which is really
awesome.
neat.
And speaking of impacts, it's probably a really cool part of your job to really see those impacts really on faculty, students, and maybe staff in some cases. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, so you're kind of I'm going to call you a behind the scenes kind of person, but you really are out and about quite a bit, not in the office every day. But can you explain to the audience maybe what your role is and how you connect with our faculty and students?
Of course, yes. So in my role, like Jessica said, we are out and about on the road, but we kind of get to act as the liaison between the university and the college and our alums. So we meet with staff on campus and might figure out some of their needs, their wants, or ways that we could impact them. And then when we put that in our toolkit, and then when we're on the road meeting with donors and stuff, if they have an interest in that or are looking for a way to give back, and that's something they have interest in, that's a good way for us to meet the need of the college with the donor. So it's a unique way of kind of piecing everything together and getting to hear of the donor's interest in what they like and what they might want to get involved in, and then tailoring that back to ways it can impact our college and students and faculty.
And one example of that is a recent gift to expand our rabbitry. I'm involved with the rabbit production system here on campus, and that has definitely been a very fruitful opportunity for our students to get involved and expand their research and international activities and things of that nature. All right. Well, one last question. Where's your favorite place on campus and why?
So I just love the Chapel of Memories. I think with the history from the bricks being from the fire in Old Main that my grandfather lived in, my parents got married there. So I just feel such a sense of peace and belonging in there, and I just think it's a special, beautiful place that's in the heart of our campus.
That's awesome. The Bulldog family is a real thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, quickly before we depart, I wanted to introduce Lacey also as your next host of the Influence Show. We're so excited to have you on and look forward to having you in this chair moving forward. That's going to do it for this episode of Influence. We'll see you back next time.